gotta get better at matching the sound. The sound was off too. And then in the beginning, you just hear us talking, and then all of a sudden we start the podcast. I'll show you right now. Okay.
Was you able to get it uploaded?
Yeah. Yeah, we're up to 4 on there.
Nice.
You can have to tap this. Or maybe just put it closer to you, your mouth.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing.
Cool.
A lot closer.
What's up, man? Welcome back to the Connect Realty podcast, episode 5.
Nice, episode 5. Yeah, we're missing Carlos today, but
Yeah, but without Carlos,
he's in a better place.
yeah. I wish I was in Hawaii on vacation. I think you need that every once in a while.
Yeah, absolutely.
You got anything planned for vacation?
Yeah, I'm going away this weekend.
Where are you going?
Indian Wells, the resort,
Where's that at?
Palm Springs.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Is that you gonna do the hike?
No, we're not going to do a hike. It's me and Veronica. We're just going to go hang out at the resort, do some stargazing,
Awesome.
eat, get massages, just hang out. She's got a
Some relax.
3-day weekend. Yeah,
So you guys leaving tomorrow?
Saturday morning.
Saturday
So
till-
Saturday till Monday. Yeah.
Tuesday? Nice. Yeah, we were out in Temecula on Sunday. It was a random trip, but we had actually a good time. We ended up staying the night, and I came back for the meeting in the morning. But it was fun. Like it was good just to like relax, get in there with the pool with the kids.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, Carlos is in Hawaii this week. I want to be in Hawaii. I told him, I was like, that's like my paradise.
Yeah, Hawaii's incredible, man. We've been 4 times.
Yeah, I try.
I never get tired of it, man. Food's incredible.
Yeah.
The beaches, everything. Yeah.
Yeah, like we usually go every year, but we haven't gone. Well, obviously we had the baby, but before that we were like constantly going every year. So I think we're gonna go into the end of September, so it should be fun. I guess getting more into the podcast, I wanted to discuss like what we're gonna do with it moving forward, because I think just us talking. I mean, obviously we're practicing and trying to get better for you guys, and then putting content out. But I think moving forward, maybe we start to bring on some guests and talk to people. And, like,
Yeah, for sure.
different people in the industry.
Yeah,
I don't know if
it's-
you have any ideas.
I mean, anyone we bring in is going to have their own insight into, whatever they work at.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's good to get different perspectives. Ask questions, have questions asked for us.
Yeah, maybe some like local businesses.
That'd be
If you guys
cool.
wanna get on
That'd
the
be super
podcast,
cool.
Reach out to us, and we could get you plugged in, get you connected, and then also I want to reach out to like agents that we work with, because like right now I'm going through this deal on Bloomfield, and the agent's pretty cool. Like, it's been a smooth process, and
Yeah.
they'll be like, how was it working with us?
Yeah.
And then they will be like, their insight from the agent's perspective on Connect.
Yeah, it'd be cool. The guy I'm working with right now on the E Street escrow, Greg, super cool guy. So easy to work with, and having those people on the other side, sharing that common goal of, hey, let's close this. We're not, we're working together on the same team to achieve the same outcome, versus somebody that wants to, give you a hard time at every single turn.
Helps out
tremendously.
It makes your life a lot less chaos.
Not only that, I mean, even when there are problems during the transaction, it's a lot easier when somebody's receptive, professional, and responsive.
Yeah, exactly. That just having that understanding, like, hey, we have the same goal in mind, and we're gonna get there, but it might take a left turn and a right turn, which most escrows usually do.
Mm-hmm.
It helps out a lot, right? We've all been in the escrows where they're miserable just because the other side is like pushing on you so much pressure. Sometimes it doesn't create diamonds.
Yeah.
It creates people who run away.
And they'll probably say, hey, I'm advocating for my agent or for my client, but there's I think a certain way to do it where you keep your client's best interest in mind, but you also have to understand that there's somebody on the other side that is also trying to advocate for the client and keep their best interest in mind too.
Yeah, I think at the end, like, end goal, we should be collaborating and working together instead of like having this enemy type feel towards each other, right?
Right.
Even if you're working at another brokerage, like, good for you. Like we all have the same goal. There's plenty of people that help to buy houses, and you know, why not have them in, let them tell the story? I think
Yeah,
that's
for
cool,
sure.
like get an inside view of it.
Yeah.
At the same time, like Connect is growing. Like we added Crystal this week, and I'm getting messages from like other agents, like if we're adding more people,
That's cool.
and it's something that I've never really thought of. Like it's not like we're actively searching for agents, right? Like that's not. I have some flyer out there or something.
Yeah.
It's more like if you fit our mold or you fit like what we're trying to do, if you care about the community, like maybe it would be a good fit for the team, but it's never. That's how I mean how we met. For
That's
example,
yeah.
right?
That's exactly what I was about to say. Was when I met you, when I approached you, I asked you if you were looking to add people, and you're like, not really, but but I'm open to it. So let's meet, let's talk, see where it goes, and here
And
we
now
are.
it's like I don't know how we ever existed without Javi here at Connect. It's crazy. And the same thing with Carlos. Like he just fell in our lap, right? And now it's like we couldn't do this without Carlos. And I think those are kind of the people that I'd be interested in bringing on, right? Like someone that's really gonna add value and like add to what we're trying to build here.
Yeah,
Because we're still building, right? We're Connect is 2 years old. We talked about that briefly on the last podcast, and we're still a baby. Like we're still creating our identity. We're talking about even in our weekly meetings, we're talking about like what are the things that matter to us as a company, and trying to build that out. Not because like I don't have a set thing of what matters to me, but because as a new company, we are building a new identity. We're looking for a new location again. We're constantly working, but at the same time, we have to be constantly building.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. And that's one of the hardest parts is like we got all caught up in all these escrows, but at the same time, we have to work on systems, principles.
Yeah.
Things that matter to the company.
And I think that exercise we did was it last week where we all separately wrote down our characteristics that
principles.
our principles, yeah. And we all shared them, and sure enough, there was a ton of them that were in common. That we all, there was a lot of overlapping in those.
Yeah.
So I think we're all kind of have the same mindset about what it means to be part of Connect, and what that means on the client side, how we represent our clients.
Yeah, I definitely think that. I mean, there was a lot of us who said the same things. It also goes back just to that's the culture that we currently have, right?
Mm-hmm.
We're not just throwing a bunch of new people into the pot and then asking them, but we're kind of bringing that over from the office.
Right.
We've been working together for some time. Carlos just happens to fit that mold, which is awesome too. And his work ethic is, it's crazy for being 19, like having that head on your shoulders. Like I'm excited to see what's to come.
Yeah, same.
Especially like right now in this market, real estate is hard, right? Like no one's sugarcoating that to anybody. But some things, most things that are hard are worth it, right? You just can't give up on it. That's like kind of a quote I wrote today on Instagram is like, as long as you don't give up, it's gonna be worth it.
Yeah.
And just putting in the time and the effort, because once these rates change and more buyers come out, it is gonna get busier. We are gonna be doing more deals. And I had one of the lenders we work with tell me like over the weekend, like, man, like we're one of the only guys that is constantly getting deals right now. Like he's like, I don't know how you do it. And I started thinking to myself, it's just like I put in the work for such a long time. Like a lot of the deals that I'm getting is just paying back from before, kind of like that snowball effect you were telling Carlos about.
Right.
It's like I still have momentum because I had a lot of it, and now it has slowed down. Like can't lie about that, but I still have a certain type of momentum.
Right. Yeah.
And I know that you guys are gonna gain that too. It just takes a little help with the market. I think that like from the outside looking in on your business, like even you have started to gain some momentum, right? Like you have the deal come up with Freddie, you have a new escrow right now. The leads that we have coming in, they're starting to, we're starting to figure out how to work those a little bit better.
Right. Yeah.
And I'm just hoping that, I always want the best for you guys moving forward. I want to see you guys, kill it, crush it, and close 30 deals a year too.
Yeah, and I agree with you. I think just being here and putting in the effort, it will turn into that.
Yeah, I mean, building a brand from the beginning is never easy. We did it with the previous company, and I think we took a lot that we built there and tried to like roll it over to Connect real quick, which doesn't always work, right? Like we're a different company than that company, so people see it and then they have to like visualize it and then connect you with that person. Whereas, Connect is brand new. We didn't have any marketing for nothing like that, and like really, I guess that maybe that could throw off a consumer, but I guess from my standpoint is like I always had business, so it was easy for me to make that transition. I don't know how that affects from the outside as a new agent, but I think as a new agent you're building up your brand anyways. Right?
Yeah. I think I was just taking a look at our Instagram page. You can see what Connect is about, and a lot of it is community involvement. Doing cool content, doing unique content. It's fun.
Yeah, we try to keep it light. Right?
It's refreshing. Yeah.
I mean, I agree. And I like what we're building, and I want to continue, in that direction. I think we just have to keep grinding it out, right?
Yeah, of course.
Right now, I'm busy. I have 3 escrows. You picked up 1, and then just getting back into like showing people homes and like having people comfortable with just going to see homes, right?
Yeah.
And it's gonna get even harder because now to be able to go show homes, we have to have a
buyer representation. Yeah.
Agreement signed, right? And that's gonna throw people off. They're just like, I'm not even gonna contact the agent because I can't even go see the house, right? So which brings up a big thing, like open houses are gonna be gold, right? Because that's like the only off limits place where you could go see houses.
Yeah.
For buyers that are like have their toes in the water without wanting to sign a contract.
Yeah, but I think the way we need to go about this is letting people know that buying a home is a fairly complex legal transaction, and let them know, hey, in order to represent you, and if we're going to get into this, I need you to sign this so we can understand that my fiduciary duty to represent you, begins once you sign this.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I can't.
Yeah, have proper representation, but not only that, go item for item of the responsibilities that we carry as their agents, and like what we're gonna perform for them, right? I mean, going back to it, you could talk to any of my clients. They will hire me again in a heartbeat just because of the service that they received,
right? And
because of the ongoing relationship that I keep with them, right? You're not going to get that same service from every agent, and that's why, go ahead and interview your agent and see what they're going to offer you. And I think here at Connect, we have a lot more to offer in terms of like client appreciations, stuff that we do for the community. Then there is a lot of people out there that's just trying to make another transaction. But going back to the buyer's rep agreement, it is going to change the way that we work, but at the end of the day, like every client that I had, they're not going to say, "Oh, I would have not signed that agreement," right? So it's kind of like we just have to tell you up front, this is how we're going to do it, and this is what we're going to do for you. And at the end of the day, if you're not happy, like we could end the agreement, but like there's 100% satisfaction guaranteed, pretty much, right?
And it wouldn't be a bad idea to have something like that we put together on our letterhead in writing, saying, if you sign this paper, this is my commitment to you.
Yeah, exactly.
I answer the phone. I respond promptly. I negotiate, with your best interest in mind. I have this much experience. I've done this many transactions. Here are my referrals. These two things go hand in hand. You're not going to sign this and you're left high and dry. Yeah.
Yeah, you're getting X. We're presenting X.
Yeah, it's not a trick. We're not trying to lock somebody in and saying that's it. You're stuck with me because
I think that's the best part of working like referral based business, right?
Oh yeah, I mean
the people that come to you are already kind of welcoming you and trusting you, right?
Yeah.
And a lot of these people come to us with trust because they see our videos, they see how educational they know that we're doing stuff in the community. So they come to us and are like, you guys are awesome. You're hired.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Okay, sign the paper. It's easy as that. But I think, going back to the process part of it, there's a lot that has to be done with first-time home buyers or people that don't know, about buying a house or it's been a while.
Mm-hmm.
Just that educational process alone can be, a lot that we offer is a lot more than any other brokerages offer anything like that, and walking them through that process creates that trust, right?
Yeah.
So where, a lot of times how we like to do it is we set up, a buyer consultation beforehand. We go over, whatever it is that we offer. We even walk them through introducing them with the lender. During that time, you're getting the trust, and before we show a house, we can already have all of that. I've done all of that.
Mm-hmm.
And I think going that extra step, it's definitely worth it in its weight.
Yeah, because if you get into a transaction, if you get into a contract with a buyer, after you have that property in contract, that's not the time for them to start doubting you, right? That's the time when you want 100% of their trust in, what you know and what you can do for them, because that's not when you want all these questions to start coming up. So yeah, laying the groundwork beforehand is important.
Yeah, for sure. I think the whole buying process can be scary, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Another barrier to entry is not what we need, but it's gonna be what's required. And I think creating an environment where people are more likely to reach out to us, right? Like, we're not wearing suits and ties. We're not, these untouchable people. I think that really helps and is going to continue helping our business being able to be approachable.
Yeah.
Because as consumers, we know that it's hard to reach out and ask these hard questions, which is why we keep pushing it and say, like, hey, reach out to us. We understand every situation that's going on there. And if we can't help you, we'll make a game plan to help you, right? Mm-hmm. So we have to really keep breaking down those walls and educating so that buyers are more likely to continue to reach out to us. Right?
Yeah, exactly.
If we're doing those things right, then we should have no issue with the new guidelines, especially with the services that we offer and how we take care of our clients.
Yep.
I really think that reviews are going to have a huge thing moving forward. Like, everybody that's going to buy a house, now they know that to buy a house or to see a house, they have to sign a paper. The first thing they're going to do is, like, how many reviews does this person have? Like, I need to sign a document now to see a house, So, personally, I think reviews is going to be huge. I've been working on getting my reviews up, and I think that, reviews speak for themselves. It's hard to, fake that, right? Like, you're sending out, a link for someone to give a review. They're usually going to tell their honest opinion on there.
Yeah.
And the benefit of working with us is we have over 80 5-star reviews on Google right now, right? Like, we're continuing building that. And if you're a past client, please go ahead and leave us a review. Also, like, follow, all of that stuff. We're new to this, so we're continuing to grow. We have a podcast now, 5 episodes. I think they were saying, like, most podcasts don't pass 10, so let's at least make it to 10.
Yeah, we'll make 10. Man. We'll make 10.
But no, actually, since we've been doing the podcast, I've been listening, and like trying to take in more podcasts.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if that makes sense, but like just hear what they're saying and like the way
Yeah.
they go about it and just getting different ideas.
Right.
But I was actually listening to Joe Rogan, and they were like saying how like podcasts are the future, right? Like people are gonna continue to listen to podcasts, and it's gonna get more and more. More and more people are gonna start doing them. So I like that we're starting it now. It's fun, you know. We get to sit down and talk for a little bit.
Yeah, I like
take
it
a
too.
break from our phones.
Yeah. Yeah.
And kind of just get your mind in the right place. And then having guests on would be cool to throw it in. Having Carlos back, we got to get him to ask some more questions.
Oh, really? Yeah. I mean, what comes to mind when you listen back to our podcast, if anything? Like, is it critiques? Is it? Are you thinking?
I think it's like critiquing because we're not like perfect yet.
Yeah.
We're still starting, right? Like we're still trying to get everything set up. So critique is the first thing that comes to mind, and then you know how we're interacting and how we're talking, because I wanted to have a more like less pressure feel, and I feel like because it's so new to us, we're still like getting used to, you know, talking to each other and how we're expressing ourselves, I guess you could say.
Yeah.
But yeah, like I wanted it to be comfortable for you to talk and for Carlos to talk, and for everybody that's watching to listen to it, right? Like we don't want to just make this boring thing where
No, yeah, it's comfortable. It's having conversations. It's not like we don't have conversations 30 times a day.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
I think that's what I wanted to portray with the podcast. Like I wanted to show like, hey, we're in here, this is how we're just hanging out and talking, and at the same time we're spitting, you know, some facts, some information to people.
Yep.
Facts. We're in the middle of the summer right now.
Yeah.
How do you feel like the market is?
I mean, it's my take on it is that it's a lot of people are hesitant because of the rates, but also a lot of people are coming to the realization that this is what it is, you know, and if I have the ability to get into something now, I'm going to do it.
Yeah, I mean, but rates this week have dropped significantly.
Yeah.
Right? Like I saw yesterday offered at FHA like at 5.75, which is down like a point and a half from what it was a month ago, right? So that's the difference on a $800,000 house, like $600 payment or something.
Yeah, and I saw a stat somewhere that said if the rate goes down, full.
Put it in the group.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, when it goes down a full percentage, like another 5 million buyers are going to enter the market.
5 million buyers.
Yeah.
But that's, I think, the thing that most people need to understand is that we have a built-up demand of people that want to buy houses that are just waiting for affordability to come down, right? Once that affordability comes down, what do you think happens to all the houses again? Like,
Yeah, they get picked up.
All the houses are going to be like gone, right? And then every time a new house comes out, it's going to be upbidding, which is going to drive prices up.
Right.
We have not only a built-up demand of people that have never bought a home before, but we also have a built-up demand of people who are stuck in homes right now that they're not happy with, right? They've outgrown them. They need to downsize. It's just not the right area. They got a new job somewhere else, right? Like, there's a lot of people that are just not moving because they have 3% interest rates, and they don't want to buy into 7% interest rates.
Yeah,
because they can't afford to buy into 7%.
Yeah, exactly. If they're needing to upsize, you know, and you're in, 3 bedrooms, you're not going to get, a bigger house because of the rate where it's at now. You're not going to get a house that, if you sell your place, you're not going to be able to afford something bigger.
Yeah.
Because of where the rates are. Yeah.
Yeah, or you have to move for your kid's school, or, you're getting a divorce. Those are the ones that we are seeing sell, but sometimes they don't, right? People are trying to hold on to them just because their rate is so good.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I mean, there is a huge built up demand of buyers. And yes, inventory has started to come back. The nice houses are still selling quickly. The ones that are sitting usually need some work. And people don't want to buy houses like that need work because we talked about that last week, right? Like, if you're going to spend right now, the house better be perfect.
Yeah, exactly. And I think that's part of the problem with some of the houses that are staying on the market a little bit longer. They're not perfect. You know, I'm thinking about the one that I just told Crystal about for the open house, 199 Corte Maria. It's a flip. It looks beautiful on the inside, but I think the problem is that they're asking 900 grand, and it's on the corner of a very busy street. It's on the corner of E Street and Corte Maria.
Exactly.
It's a tiny yard.
Imperfect, right?
Yeah.
It's a kind of economic. I don't know the correct real estate term. I guess I should know that.
Yeah, but yeah, it's it's been there for 3 going on 4 months already.
Yeah, well, just overpriced, right? Like I guess overpriced is not an exact term to use. The affordability is not there yet.
Right. Yeah.
Right? Because there was that house, a year ago would have sold for 900, right?
Easily. Yeah, a house a year ago in that same street sold for $1 million. Had a pull back there.
Yeah, so it's more so like you need to price for affordability of your market and not just for your neighborhood high price, which is crazy because some of the houses that we're selling are getting neighborhood high prices, right? So that really comes down to the team we work with and the marketing that we do and like what we put into our open houses and everything that we do for our clients who are listing. But yeah, I feel like it's the middle of summer. People are starting to get antsy, is my thought. Like we talked about almost toes in the water, like dipping their toes in the water, trying to get more information. But I feel like people are like at the starting line,
Yeah,
like ready to jump.
they're ready.
Which, if that's you, please reach out because we have to get you a pre-approval. We need to get you an application in with the lender, right? First and foremost, make sure your credit's right. Make sure you have the income. Make sure all that stuff's done because offers are going to start getting very tight, right? It's going to be like, okay, rates went down a point. Boom, everybody back to the market. And then you have to be able to like boom, 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 close in 21 days. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and if your offer isn't in the first weekend that house goes on the market, chances are you're not going to get a shot at it.
Yeah, I mean, before it was in 1 day. So like the house I got in escrow in Eastlake, which I think we got a killing on, right? We are in escrow for 800. There's houses in that neighborhood, like you said, that sold for 950, right? Yes, this house needs work. My clients are willing to take on that work, but still, like, it's a great deal on that house. They only showed the house that day because it had tenants in it, right? And you had to show, I believe we had to show a pre-approval just to show the house.
Yeah.
8 people got to see the house, and we got our offer accepted on it.
Did you guys get counters?
So we were actually not the first one to get accepted, but the first people backed out. And we were like, boom, yes, we're ready.
Yeah.
Right? Now, if we weren't ready, we wouldn't even got to see the property, right? And then, like, we wouldn't. So that's what we're saying. Like, if you're even thinking about buying a house in the next 6 months, reach out to us so we could get the process started with you, educate you guys, get you with the lender, get the pre-approval, make sure everything's good. Because when the rates drop, it's going to get like a frenzy again.
Yeah, absolutely.
Even if they just stay at 5.75, like I think that's probably a healthy rate for sometimes. Like I'd be surprised if inventory levels this week didn't go down because people are seeing 5% interest rates again.
Right.
I know I heard that yesterday, and since yesterday I got 3 calls like, should we refinance? And I was like, hey, like I just heard about this.
Yeah.
So once the market changes, and that brings up another huge thing, like the refinance game is gonna go crazy.
Yeah, I mean, for all the people that bought, in the past 12 months or so.
I would say the last 2 years, 16 months, yeah.
Yeah.
18 months.
Yeah, because they were buying at 7.25.
6%, yeah. Five. I guess 5.75 to all the way up to almost 8, right?
Yeah.
So, easier times are coming. The real estate market it's always going through these ups and downs, and it's a hard industry to sustain in, right? And that's why, like, I wrote in my post this morning, but I'm proud of you guys. Like, stick with it. We're gonna make it out. Connect's gonna be on top. We're gonna keep going. We're gonna be closing more deals. But yeah, I couldn't be prouder of you guys. And with the market, there's always the downsides and the upsides. So like the upsides are coming. I feel it. I feel people ready at the starting line, and I'm excited.
Yeah, I'm here for it. I'm excited too. Yeah.
All right, guys. Well, we hope we liked the podcast this week. We're getting better every week. Maybe next week we'll have a guest.
Yeah, let's do it. Let's start looking for somebody.
Set someone up. Talking to yours?
Hey.
Weird. I don't know why.
You have it muted?
I hope not.
It's red. Look at see the red?
Yeah, I don't know why it's doing that.
All right, we'll figure it out.